Yeah. Prologue. 讲故事时间。It's story time with Char. 讲一个12色的故事，然后叫做12色的季节。Just move. The way it was, just like it is now, on a bright, bright summer day.
约好咯。
That's a promise, right? 约好了。The girl in the white dress asked. Sunny sky. A paper plane slid across it, riding on blue winds. 纸飞机的信签。为什么的要这样拼？For summer vacation, I had come to my uncle's house in the country. This part of the story seems to be a message on the paper plane. I don't know, probably different stories within this game. Life here was so much easier. With the high school entrance exams finished, it was like a huge burden had been lifted away all of a sudden. They have these high school entrance exams in Asia. Holidays, long as a dream, free of homework, couldn't get much more blissful. I stretched out and lay down on the grass, putting myself in the most comfortable position possible. Then again, there was a downside. It wasn't exactly thrilling to be here. There's not much to do. No access to internet or computers, only a handful of channels available on the TV. Welcome to the countryside. 乡下就无聊。I spent a whole day without my cell phone yesterday. Wow. Life felt different. And all those 5, 6, 7 years olds in the neighborhood. How was I supposed to play with them? That was how I ended up rolling around on the grass, the soft grass and its scent rubbed against my cheeks and ears, feeling tickly and cool. 我也喜欢在草上滚，干净的草。Sigh. I didn't feel like getting up. Sunbeams streamed through the branches and leaves. Everything was draped in sunshine. It suddenly didn't seem like a bad idea to sleep away the whole summer like this. Even the wind smelled fresh and nice. And then the sun was blocked. I was cast into shade. 卡哇伊萝莉终于出现了。She's here, she's here. When I opened my eyes, I saw before me a wide-brimmed straw hat, a pair of big, big eyes. 眼睛真的很大。Looking down at me with great interest, it was a young girl in a white dress.
你好。
你好，你好。卡哇伊萝莉。
又见面了呢。
我们又再次见面了。To be continued? 怎么变黑白了 ？Hello, hello. Why is it black and white? 待续。Chapter 1. 刚刚是序章，这是第一章。The sun had been exceptionally bright that summer. It was just before the hottest hour of noon. I was relaxing under a tree, trying to enjoy the cool shade for a moment. That was how I met the girl. Yet there was more of it. Had I met her somewhere else before? 似曾相识. And what was her name?
是茉莉呀。
茉莉，这是五月茉莉吗？ Her name is Jasmine. Is this May Jasmine all over again? Wide-brimmed straw hat, pure white dress, and the beautiful summertime sunshine. The girl smiled when she told me her name. Now I could recall it. I did meet her. 这么过分，现在才想起来见过。Last time when I came to my uncle's house. Her name was Jasmine. She was a girl living in the neighborhood, about the same age as me.
是的，终于想起来了呀。
Her voice was full of glee.
真的是好久没见了呢。
好久没见呐。She wandered around in dance-like steps, turning a bit in circles. But there was still something. It seemed to me that she had hardly changed at all after all these years. Or wait, did she even grow shorter? I made fun of her for this. 永远都是萝莉，几年都不会变。
才不会啦。
Jasmine pouted and stomped lightly.
人家有好好的长个子啊，真是的。
长鸽子，长鸽子。And then
因为你是男孩子，所以长得太高了啦。
Hello, T.I. 生日快乐。I had to admit I was a bit too tall for my own good. The year I entered junior high, I had reached 175 centimeters. Now I guess I was well over 180. Back then, I was the one reaching for what everyone else couldn't. So 180 centimeter is really, really tall in Asia already. 180公分在亚洲就很高了，对吧？ That's kind of like I think 6 feet. Am I right? If I convert it, nearly 6 feet. Wait, what was that? Something emerged in a flash and faded away.
那，一起来玩吧。
妈妈，一起来玩？我不是你妈呀！Does she call me 妈？妈？我不是你妈。Jasmine skipped in front of me and looked up. Excuse me, how old were you? The way her eyes lit up with the word play made her look like a very, very young child. I was not really one to judge, though. But talking of together, was there anything else here that could play with us? I asked her. Anyone else?
没有啦，一直都是我们两个人啊。
我们两个人，他在暗示什么吗？ Those huge eyes flickered as she answered my question. So my memory tricked me, yet I still felt like there had been someone. A child, a little younger than both of us.
哇哇！
What? Jasmine jumped with a start. She grabbed my hands hastily, and then before I could protest, I was dragged into a bush. 这么快就掉进草丛？他把我拉进草丛了。Why did she drag me into the bush? This is so wrong. This is happening so quickly. Hey, what's wrong? I almost shouted out loud. But Jasmine had put a finger against her lips, shaking her head, gesturing me to keep quiet. What's going on? Clueless, I looked in the direction she was looking. There were no tigers or bears that happened to walk by, not even agricultural trackers. Just a bunch of kids, 7, 8-year-olds, chattering, they ran off. The kids went out of sight. The girl beside me let out a sigh in great relief. Hey, don't tell me you had to hide from them. Just a bunch of kids? 她是在跟小孩躲猫猫吗？
是的。
Jasmine came back out on her hands and knees. She looked a bit embarrassed, placing her hand on her straw hat to keep it from falling. What do you mean, yes? Had she not been such a little girl, I would have flickered her on the forehead. How come she got so scared by kids so much younger than herself? I couldn't believe it.
对不起。
Jasmine apologized timidly.
我不太习惯人多的地方。
Hey, she stole glances at me. Her voice trailed off. Sigh. I put down my hand. How old were you again? 10岁吧，8岁吧。And even for those kids, simply making friends with them would be fine. It would have been so easy.
那个呢？
那个。Jasmine kept silent while she listened to my preaching. Only after I finished, she spoke almost in a whisper.
我的朋友啊。
Her head lifted.
就只有一个人而已。
一个人的朋友。我们是不是看到不该看见的东西？Is she human? She smiled softly, a faint blush coloring her cheeks. The black and white again, to be continued. That was fast, a single chapter after another. Okay, let's do chapter 2. 第二章. A summer day, just like it always had been. The sun was so bright, cicadas wouldn't stop singing. 纸飞机的信签. I hurried home to finish my lunch and then had to run back here in a rush. Just asked me whose fault it was.
那这边。
The girl waving at me, her name was Jasmine. She lived nearby and was about the same age as me. Without many other friends to play with, she usually just followed me around. Even on such a scorchingly hot summer's noon, there was no exception. The drowsiness started to sink in after I had lunch. All I wanted was to take a nap. By the way, had it not been for her saying, "You have to come. I have something nice to show you. There's no way I would have come out under this blazing sun as if I had nothing better to do." 她把我们叫来的，说我们一定要来。I did wish she would tell me how much further we had to walk, though. For some reason, the scenery felt completely unchanged to me. Were we just going round and round in circles? Jasmine looked back at me and smiled. She had been leading us around in the woods, skipping and ducking to get through. 她带我们迷路了。
马上啦，马上就到啦。
The moment her words reached me, the view expanded before us. 到了 I never knew there was a place like this within the woods. The air was filled with the sweet scent of wild flowers and grass. Timer's up. A wide clearing. The sky was merely a circle, surrounded by a growth of trees, covering everything like a dome. And just like in the fairy tales, in the middle of the clearing there stood a little wood house. 到达了小木屋。草原之中就是会有一个小木屋。
这里是
She brought us to the little wooden house. Jasmine turned around.
我的秘密基地哟。
Secret base. Her face brightened up as she introduced me to her great treasure. 纸飞机的信签。First of all, she had found this place. For this, I had to give her credit. Having come into the woods quite a few times, I didn't even know it existed. 带一个男孩来到一间房子，这实在是。What is that sound? Upwards and star parentheses s upwards parentheses and pa percent upwards q w d s 声音怪怪的。Couldn't help but wonder what the girl was doing in there. With, "It's too messy inside, I need to clean it up." She dived into the house. Then there came the suspicious noises. 她进去整理，她觉得太乱，所以我们在外面等。她在里面发出奇怪的声音。Anything wrong? You need help? Just what is this all about? 変な声だな，奇怪的声音。怎么突然叫我？哦，我储存一下奇怪的声音。Yes， 是我按到吗？我按到了。哦，是我按到的。A loud clatter. First the straw hat, then the girl, all fell out together with a huge pile of books, snow crashing out the door. 她跌了出来。Hey, are you okay?
又搞砸了。
She dug her way out of the mountain of books and dusted her straw hat before putting it back on. Jasmine seemed so innocent when she looked up at me. But I had to ask, just what were these beautifully bound hardcover breaks of books with gibberish written all over them?
这些是爸爸的书。
原来如此。
因为放不下，就搬到这里来了。
Now I understand. Judging from the volumes we have here, I really looked forward to visiting the inside of the house. Grumbling to myself, I had no choice but to help Jasmine pick up the books. They were all over the place. Hey, where should these go?
里面就好，角落那边。
里面就好，角落那边。I had to watch my step in the narrow space, hugging the pile of books. Books filled the house, all the way up to the ceiling. Between the stacks of books, there was barely room to walk. If I hadn't been careful, thinking about what just happened to Jasmine, I couldn't help but shiver. After a prolonged struggle, we managed to almost finish putting all the books back into order. Yes, we're putting books up on the shelf. 我们只是放书。Now let's see what's left. Let me put these inside. 让我把这些放进去。
不用的，放外面就好。
被拒绝了。Jasmine smiled and took them.
这些是我的书。
Oh, you do read. How surprising. I stared at her dorky face.
当然会的，不要把人当傻瓜啊。
Jasmine pouted and protested. Sure, I brushed her off. Sitting on the wooden doorsteps, I grabbed a book to fan myself.
我真的看过的，好比这本。
She sat down heavily beside me and brought with her a thick book. That's really something, really. By the way, it was a book of fairy tales for kids.
是的呀。
她看过童话故事书。When I opened up the book, Jasmine leaned in closer.
这里的故事很有趣的哦。
I get it, so you're a kid. Like that's new. But you're getting a bit too close. It's getting hot. 太靠近了。
这里面呢，有兔子先生、鸭小姐，还有鹅伯母，还有……啊嘞
？Halfway into her enthusiastic talk, Jasmine paused. Her eyes widened, her head tilted. Her head tilted? Her head probably tilted. What were those torn edges? The page looked as if it had been bit out by rats.
那个，好像是小时候拿来折了纸飞机什么的样子。
She scratched her head, didn't look very guilty though. You know what? Mr. Rabbit will cry a river over this. I made a semi-serious face and, with great pity, inspected the rat's work.
是哦。
She seemed to be thinking about it.
兔子先生，真的很对不起。
Wait, was she serious? Seriously agonizing over this?
要怎么办好呢
？Hey, I was just kidding. Don't look like you're about to get into that book. All right, I got it. I swiftly snatched the book from her hands. The girl was left grasping at air for a split second. Hey, how about this? I stood up, having mischievous ideas. Jasmine looked at me, puzzled. Let's tear it all up. What do you think? I acted like I was really about to tear apart the book. 我叫她全部撕掉。My words finally registered. Jasmine jumped with a start.
不可以啦，而且，为什么
？Jasmine was desperate to get the book back. Unfortunately, even if she extended her arm, it was still shorter than mine. There was no way she could reach the book I had been holding over my head. Oh, you asked why I was doing this? I hadn't decided that yet. It was just a little prank, but it was so much fun messing around with her. I couldn't help but want to play bad guy some more. Guys. 想当个坏男生，就是要捉弄女生。为什么男生总是喜欢捉弄女生呢？ Look, hiding the book behind me, I started to invent random excuses. You see, Mr. Rabbit was on that plane, right? I turned in circles. Jasmine followed around. So, you know what? Wouldn't it be a great idea to make the rest of the book into paper planes as well? Miss Duck, Aunt Goose, whoever, that way they could all meet with Mr. Rabbit again. I held the book high up above my head. 是不是很有道理? Wow, she jumped up. To reach the book in my hand, Jasmine practically threw herself at me. I tried to dodge, but it was too late. That was a miscalculation. A young girl got me. Well, I had only myself to blame. I asked myself if I was going too far with this prank. At the same time, just when I was about to get up, the sound of our foreheads touching. 跌到我身上了，她的肌肤感觉冰冷。Her skin felt cool. I opened my eyes.
哇哇哇！
哇哇！ We were so close, our noses were almost touching. 鼻子碰鼻子 Jasmine bounced away.
对不起。
Hugging the book, she apologized in a fluster. Come to think of it, I was the one that needed to examine my faults. My heart was beating unreasonably fast. I got up from the grass, trying to ignore it.
但是呢
She held the book tightly, as if afraid I would take it away again.
撕书的话是不对的哦。
我好期待他们撕烂那本书哦。I was hoping they would tear it all apart. That's not what I expected to hear from someone who bit it like a rat.
不是老鼠啃的啦。
Her puffed out cheeks were so much fun to look at.
只是小的时候。
Her voice became smaller.
太淘气了而已。
In the glow of the setting sun, the girl blushed apologetically.
总之，撕书什么的是不行的啦。
Okie dokie, I promised her. I was starting to think that it must be close to dinner time. Uncle must be waiting for me.
如果要折纸飞机的话。
She looked very serious when she said this, emphasizing each word.
用别的纸也可以的哦。
Of course, she was right. It's time for me to go. You should go home as well. When I said this, she looked sad. In the light of the setting sun, there was a look on her face. It only lasted for a brief moment.
那就
After that, she gave me a big smile.
明天见啦，兔子先生。
我是兔子先生呢。I answered with "see you" and stepped onto the pathway. Wait. Since when did I become Mr. Rabbit? To be continued. 结束啦，试完这一款就到这边，让我存一个。Okay, saved chapter 3, and then I guess I will rage quit now. Yes, great music. A Loli story. 小女孩的故事。好啦。